Hello, fifth grade, and welcome to lesson 3, neutral colored ice cream cones. As you may have noticed, there is a theme with our art projects this year. We have been studying different color schemes. In our first lesson, warm and cool colored fall leaves, we learned about warm and cool color schemes. In lesson 2, which you just finished, we studied the artist Peter Mondrian and we learned about the primary colors. And now we are moving on to neutral colors. So please check out the Google slide located in our Google Classroom under lesson 3 on neutral colors. There you'll learn what they are, where we often see them, and how we can use them in our artworks. So we're going to be using the neutral colors to draw and paint 3 ice cream cones. So please follow along in these step-by-step videos. Don't hesitate to email me or contact me if you have any questions. In the Google slide, you will also, or actually in the Google Classroom under lesson 3, you can also find the supply list for this project. You are going to need 1 large piece of paper, white, and also 1 large piece of paper, black. These are 12 by 18. If you don't have a 12 by 18 construction paper, drawing paper, or black construction paper, you can use 8 by 10 will work. You will need the larger piece though to glue them all down, but you could do 3 8 by 10s to draw your initial ice cream cones, because we will be cutting them out and then we're going to be gluing them to our black backing. We're also going to need some white paint. Here at school I have these awesome patterned rollers, but if you don't have these at home, because it's not typically something you have at home, you are more than welcome to just use a paintbrush to paint your background pattern. You're going to need watercolors, like I said, white paint, a paintbrush, glue, and scissors, and then obviously a pencil to sketch initially. Oh, and oil pastels. If you don't have oil pastels, crayon works just fine as well. All right, follow along, and I hope you enjoy learning about neutral colors as we create our 3 neutral colored ice cream cones. Step 1, you are drawing 3 ice cream cones on your white 12 by 18 drawing paper. You want to sketch lightly so you can erase and make corrections. Please check out the how-to video on how to draw ice cream cones in the Google slide. Make sure when you're viewing the Google slide, you click on present so that you can easily click on the embedded videos and watch them. All right, if it helps you also to divide your paper into 3 sections so that your ice cream cones are approximately the same size, please do so. So you're starting with the cones, and then we want to do 3 different ice cream cones, but really it's your choice. So my first one I did sort of like a soft serve, and then my second one I did sort of a scoop, and then my third one is also again a soft serve. One of our ice cream cones is going to be chocolate, one of your ice cream cones will be vanilla, and the other will be a swirl, to try to reflect the 3 of the neutral colors. Neutral colors are browns, blacks, whites, grays, and beiges. We're not really using much gray in this artwork, but we are going to try to incorporate some browns, whites, and sort of some creamy sort of beige tones. All right, so now that I have drawn my ice cream, now I'm adding some details, some line work to the cones. Once you are happy with your 3 sketches of ice cream cones, you are going to take crayon or oil pastel. Oil pastel will work best. Oil pastel is like a really oily crayon, but if you don't have oil pastel, crayon will work as well. And now you're going to use brown, black, yellow, and white. And I know yellow is actually a warm color. It is not a neutral color, but I didn't have any beiges or creamy tones in my oil pastels. So I'm mixing some of the white with my yellow. I'm going to overlap the 2 just to sort of get sort of a creamy vanilla ice cream tone. If you have a cream or sort of a beige tone in your crayon set, feel free to use that instead. All right, I'm starting with my brown and I am overlapping my pencil lines on my cones with brown. You can also mix a little bit of black with your brown if you want to create some shadows, just to sort of give it a little bit of three-dimensionality. I'm also choosing one of my ice cream cones. You can choose which one of yours you want to be chocolate. My scoop ice cream cone in the middle is going to be my chocolate, so I'm outlining that also with brown. And now you can see I'm highlighting just a little bit with black just to make it a little bit darker brown and give it some extra detail and shadow. Now I'm going to take my yellow crayon and just accent a little bit here and there with the yellow. And again, I know yellow is a warm color, not a neutral color. I'm mixing my white with my yellow to try to create a cream color. Remember, you want one ice cream cone to be chocolate, one ice cream cone to be vanilla, and your third ice cream cone to be a swirl of chocolate and vanilla. I know that ice cream comes in many fun flavors like Superman and cotton candy, and you probably are tempted to do pinks and blues and fun colors. But for this project, I'm limiting you to only using the neutral colors because that is the objective of this lesson, is for you to learn neutral colors. So one chocolate, one vanilla, and one swirl of chocolate and vanilla. Once you've outlined your pencil lines and your cone details with oil pastel or crayon using only neutral colors, you are now going to take watercolors and fill in the remaining areas of your ice cream cones. You're going to paint your cones brown, and then your ice cream, the vanilla, which you may again have to mix a little bit of yellow with your white depending on what kind of colors you have in your watercolors. I didn't have, again, a beige, so I'm mixing white with a little bit of yellow to try and get that creamy tone. So the crayon has oil in it, which creates an oil resist, and that is a common technique. So you can paint right on top of your oil pastels with the watercolor, and it won't smudge or smear on you. So the oil in the oil pastels or the crayon creates a resist, so you can just paint right on top with your watercolors. So we're filling in our whole ice cream cones. We don't want to leave any white spaces. Making sure that you have one chocolate ice cream cone, one vanilla ice cream cone, and one chocolate and vanilla swirl. It's okay also if you go a little bit outside the lines because we're going to be cutting these out. Once you've completed adding color with oil pastel and watercolor to your 3 ice cream cones, you're going to set that aside and let it dry. Please watch the next video, step 2, on how to create your background for your neutral colored ice cream cone lesson 3 project.